Coming up on Evening Edition, Governor J.B. Pritzker declares April as Autism Awareness Month. Plus, SIU hosts its summer registration kickoff. And Nipsey Hussle's shooter has been identified. Live from Southern Illinois University, you're watching River Region Evening Edition. SIU's Department of Public Safety is investigating after Carbondale police officers say they responded to an incident at Mayor Mike Henry's home over the weekend. Good evening, I'm Diamond Palmer. And I'm Jacob Gordon. SIU police were called to conduct an independent investigation which found the incident was between the mayor and his wife. In a Facebook post, the mayor says a weekend incident at his home can be explained by, quote, hurt feelings in a difficult family situation, end quote. Mike Henry's response came the same day Carbondale police released information about the incident late Saturday night at the mayor's home. There was never any violence or threat of violence. He says that he and his wife were arguing across the room and had doors to their porch open at the time. Police say no one was arrested or ticketed, and there were no injuries that required medical treatment. And the Illinois Sheriff's Association is advising all residents that there's a fraudulent telemarketer using its name and phone numbers. In a release that the ISA says it's only solicited by mail and never by phone. If you received one of these calls, the Sheriff's Association is asking you to gather all information from the caller and report it to the Illinois Sheriff's Association. And with the death of 2 state troopers in the past week, the Illinois State Police is asking drivers to follow Scott's law and move over when you see flashing lights while driving. Rachel Droz has the story.
There have now been 16 different incidents of drivers crashing into state police cars with emergency lights on.
We are experiencing an alarming trend.
You can see here, 2015 saw the highest number of crashes in recent history when 27 squad cars were hit. After that, the number drops drastically until this year, when in just 3 months, 16 cars have been hit and 2 troopers have died. That is more than 1 crash per week.
It truly hurts whenever you hear of a law enforcement family member or a first responder family member that has been struck and killed in the line of duty because of a senseless choice.
Police aren't exactly sure what's behind the spike, but there are a few common factors in a handful of the crashes. These include driving under the influence and driving too fast for road conditions.
With it being such a broad base, we're focusing more on the aspect of drivers making good choices because that truly addresses all of the issues.
Under Scott's law, Illinois drivers have to move over if there's a car with flashing lights on. If you can't get over, you have to slow down.
When you're passing these vehicles that are roadside, think of it as your family. Would you take steps to go ahead and move over or slow down?
A warning drivers need to be taken very seriously as we enter into construction season.
One of the main things that we can recommend is that people put the phone down and really focus on the task at hand, which is driving.
SIU will host a conference on school safety in small communities on April 15th. The conference will offer professional insight from a variety of researchers, school administrators, and SIU faculty members. The goal of the event is to explore important topics that may help increase awareness and understanding of school safety issues, such as bullying, school climate, and safeguarding children. The conference will be held at SIU Student Center Ballroom D and is free to the public. And the National Weather Service will recognize Southern Illinois University tomorrow for its proactive response to emergency management storm preparedness. The university will receive recognition by the agency as a storm-ready university. This designation shows that SIU has a high level of preparedness to safeguard students, faculty, and staff. Only 255 universities and colleges nationwide, including 18 here in Illinois, are recognized as storm ready.
Well, hopefully we won't be seeing any of those storms real soon. I know today it was beautiful outside. I started sweating, so that was pretty shocking for me.
It was like in the 50s, so not.
I know.
But hopefully we'll see those 70s return, but probably not anytime soon. Samantha Soto is here now with the first look at weather. Sam?
Well, guys, I can't guarantee that we're not going to be seeing any of that rain just yet, but it is going to be in the days to come. As for tonight, it is going to be dropping down just a little bit, not too much, 50 degrees. Clear skies by morning. We're going to be dropping down a little bit more to 41 degrees, but we're going to have some sunny skies to warm us up. By midday, we're going to be warming up just a little bit more to 60 degrees with a little bit of clouds. As for the rest of our forecast, we do have a river flood warning in effect until tomorrow, just to let everyone out there know, and we do have some rising temperatures on the way. So I do have all of that, plus my 5-day forecast coming up, so stay tuned.
All right, Sam, thanks to the Board of Trustees for the Cedarhurst Center for the Arts in Mount Vernon has announced the appointment of John Burrows as the museum's next executive director. Burrows is a native of Southern Illinois. He formerly served as the director of Rogers Historical Museum in Rogers, Arkansas. Burrows' appointment follows a nationwide search. He will begin his tenure as Cedarhurst executive director on April 30th. Geologists at Southern Illinois University are asking Illinois elementary and high school students to name its baby dinosaurs. The university has 3 Protoceratops hatchlings cast and a glass case among the adults that SIU students named Nanu in 2017. The 4 dinosaurs are high-end reproductions of the real 70-million-year-old fossils found in Mongolia.
Geology Club is doing is we just built a museum quality version of a Rhamphorhynchus. We're actually hanging that one up above Nanu, and we're going to have a naming contest for that in the next coming couple of weeks after it gets hung up.
The deadline is September 13th, with SIU students choosing the winning set of 3 names.
And SIU students interested in summer classes got some tips and some treats today. SIU held rib tips and pie in the student pavilion this afternoon. The goal of the event was for SIU students to gain more knowledge involving summer classes and scholarships. Volunteers and faculty served nachos and pie while offering conversation about summer enrollment. If you missed the event but want to attend summer classes, you can learn more at summer.siu.edu. And also today, it's World Autism Awareness Day, and people wore blue in support, just like me. Last year, the Centers for Disease Control said approximately 1 in 59 children is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. That accounts for 1 in 37 boys and 1 in 151 girls. While declaring April as Autism Awareness Month, Governor J.B. Pritzker also talked about how his budget will help young children with autism.
The $7 million that we're putting into early intervention programs means that 700 more children from birth to 3 will have the supports that they need, including children with autism.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends all children get screened for autism at their 18th and 25-month checkup.
And ahead on Evening Edition, chaos broke out at Nipsey Hussle's vigil.
Plus, President Trump announces a deadline for replacing the Affordable Care Act. You're watching River Region Evening Edition. Los Angeles police have now identified a suspect in the killing of Nipsey Hussle, warning the video does show some graphic content. 29-year-old Eric Holder is wanted in connection with the rapper's murder. Security camera video shows the suspect walking up to Hussle and 2 other men as they stood outside the rapper's store. He fired at them multiple times before running to a nearby alley and fleeing. 2 other people injured in the shooting are now in stable condition. And also nearly 20 people were injured in Los Angeles after last night's chaos erupted at a vigil for the slain rapper. Hundreds of people were gathered in front of Hussle's clothing store in South LA to pay their respects. At some point, people began running, some people were trampled, and at least 1 person struck by a vehicle. Police responded with riot gear and batons.
While we were clearing the area, there were rocks and bottles being thrown at police officers. We have at least 1 officer that was injured tonight.
There were reports that a shooting caused people to start running, but LAPD officers say they found no evidence that any shots were fired.
Authorities evacuated residents of a Maryland apartment building this morning after it caught on fire. More than 100 firefighters responded to the 3-alarm fire in the Metro DC town of Kensington. The fire broke out on the 9th floor and produced smoke that spread on the upper floors. It's unclear if there are any injuries. Investigators are working to identify what started the fire. And if President Trump goes through with his threat to close the U.S.-Mexico border, the auto industry could see some crippling effects. The Vice President of Industry, Labor, and Economics at the Center for Automotive Research says the entire U.S. auto industry would be shut down within a week. Nearly every automaker in the U.S. depends on parts imported from Mexico, including seatbelt anchors and engine components. Despite his own administration advising him against closing the border, Trump says he plans to take action within a week.
And healthcare appears to be on the ballot in 2020, now that President Trump says he's rushing for a vote on the Affordable Care Act after the next election.
Kelly Smoot reports from Washington on the latest battle over Obamacare.
The battle over health care just got an extension. President Trump tweeting Monday that a vote on repealing and replacing Obamacare will, quote, be taken right after the election when Republicans hold the Senate and win back the House.
We'll go through the election. We have a very good chance at retaking the House, and we'll vote in the best health care package we've ever had.
Democrats quickly pounced.
The president tweeted that they will come up with their plan in 2021. Translation: they have no health care plan.
The White House sought to shift focus to the Democrats.
We also know Democrats are unwilling to work with this president to fix the broken system that we have, whether it's on health care, whether it's on immigration.
The president's latest shift coming a week after his administration announced it would back a federal judge's ruling that the entire Affordable Care Act should be scrapped, a reversal from the administration's previous stance that only portions could not be defended.
So we're going to get rid of Obamacare.
The president's decision meant that health care would be a central campaign issue for 2020.
Whether or not to repeal the ACA. I mean, he has put that on the ballot in a very direct way.
Until then, the legal challenges against Obamacare will continue to make their way through the federal court system. In Washington, I'm Kelly Smoot.
Medical care in the U.S. is costing Americans billions of dollars. A new survey found that Americans borrowed $88 billion in the past year. West Health Gallup released the statistics today. Nearly a quarter of Americans reduced their spending on medical care. 65 million said they avoided treatment altogether because of the cost, with 45% worrying about the major health event could lead them to bankruptcy. The survey also said that the U.S. spends more than any other country on health care, yet consistently ranks near the bottom of major health indices. And new research shows that an hour of activity every week may prevent a disability. This study was published yesterday in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine. It found that adults with lower extremity joint symptoms like aching, pain, or stiffness who get at least 1 hour of moderate to vigorous activity every week are more likely to be free of a disability after 4 years than those who don't meet this exercise goal. The study looked at participants in the Osteoarthritis Initiative, which is a large multi-site study on knee osteoarthritis.
While most of the river region saw a lot of sunshine today, how long is the sunshine going to stick around? Samantha has your forecast next.
But first on Wall Street, stocks in the day with mixed results. The Nightly Business Report has more coming up next at 5:30.
Welcome back to Evening Edition. As you can see right now, we do have a viewer photo sent in by our very own Kyler Giebert outlooking the Com building outside. If you have a viewer photo that you want to see on the show, be sure to send that to our Facebook or our Twitter at River Region News. As for right now, outside it is beautiful and sunny out there, 63 degrees. Our dew point is at 32. Humidity is also at 32%. Wind is coming in from the southwest at 11 miles per hour, and our barometer reads 30.07. As for our almanac today, you can see we're pretty close to both our average highs and lows for today. We did actually see that average low of 40. However, we were 1 degree shy of that average of 64. We saw 63 for our high today, and we did not quite see that 87 that we saw in 2012, nor that 23 that we saw in 1899. Now, taking a look at our temperatures around the region, as you can see, it was a generally sunny day all over the region, other than Marion and Waterloo being the only exceptions with a little bit of clouds in their area. Evansville was our lowest up at 59, and we saw Cape Girardeau and Waterloo being tied for our warmest at 65. Now, moving on to our surface map, you could see we could see that we were seeing most of our region was seeing temperatures in that 50 to 60 to almost 70 degree range. If you go any further south, however, you're going to be experiencing temperatures in that almost 70 to almost 80 degree range, which to me looks like we're getting more into spring, and we're also going to be starting to see that warmer temperatures in effect in our region in the next few days. Now, for our surface map, you can see our area is experiencing a low pressure system exiting our area. We do have a little bit of rain in our full region right now. If you could go any further north, you could see that they're going to be experiencing that mixed precipitation. So they're seeing that rain and maybe even some snow. So we're not seeing that right now, but we're going to be seeing that rain within the next couple of days. Now, as for tonight, we are seeing 40 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Our wind gusts are going to be up to 17 miles per hour, coming in from the southwest at 8 miles per hour. Our sun is setting at 7:20. Now for the bus stop tomorrow, it is going to be 45 degrees, not too bad, but you are going to want to make sure you have a light jacket if you're going to be out there that early and want to dress in layers so you can easily take those layers throughout the day because it is going to get warmer. As for tomorrow's high, 67, so it is pretty warm, getting warmer throughout that day. We do have a river flood warning ending tomorrow at 3 p.m. We have wind gusts coming in from the southeast at 10 miles per hour, going up to 17. And we do have the sun rising at 6:39. As for tomorrow night, we're going to be dropping down quite a little bit, 49 degrees, cloudy skies, wind gusts up to 17 miles per hour, again coming in from the southeast at 8 miles per hour. Our sun will be setting at 7:21. Now let's take a look at that 5-day forecast. As you can see, tomorrow we're going to be seeing partly cloudy skies. Like I said, Thursday is when we're going to start to see a little bit of rain, 58 degrees for our high. Friday, we're going to have a little bit of rain in the morning. Saturday, no rain. Good for us, clouds only. Sunday, we're going to start to see that rain again with some thunderstorms in the morning. So
I'll take the rain, and I'll also take the 70-degree temperatures. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about this.
I don't know if I'm prepared for this rain because my umbrella is broken, but we're going to have to
get your rain jacket on, get your rain boots out, and
for sure.
Wear your shorts like I always do. So it'll be okay. All right. Thanks, Sam.
Now here's Ryan Davis with sports. Ryan.
Get ready for some home runs because both Saluki baseball and softball are out on the field tonight. And why did this man decide to run one of the country's most notable marathons? Find out more when Evening Edition returns. Saluki softball has their first of 2 midweek games tonight as they take on the Murray State Racers. The score is currently 4-0 in the top of the 6th inning, and the Salukis are winning. For more live updates, go to SIUSalukis.com, and make sure you check in tomorrow when the Salukis go to St. Louis to battle the Billikens. First pitch will be at 4 p.m. And baseball also plays their own midweek game against the Arkansas State Red Wolves tonight. First pitch was at 5. Arkansas State is ranked number 47, and this will be the first of 15 games SIU will play against top 50 opponents. Again, go to SIUSalukis.com for more live updates. And the Chicago Cubs found themselves in Atlanta for the beginning of a 3-game matchup against the Braves. Unfortunately, the Cubs couldn't quite knock it out of the park as the Braves scored 4 runs in the first inning. They will go on to take 4 more throughout the game, while the Cubs stayed at a resounding 0. The game ended with a Chicago loss 8-0. The Cubs have a chance for redemption tomorrow when they play the Braves again. First pitch is at 6:20 and can be seen on ESPN. And things were a bit more positive on the St. Louis side, however, as the Cardinals went beat to head against the Pirates. The game started off rough for the Cards as the Pirates scored 3 runs in the first inning, followed by 2 more later in the game. However, the Cardinals will make their epic comeback in the last 3 innings in order to tie the score 5-5 and send the game to extra innings. The matchup ended in the 11th with a St. Louis victory, 6-5. The Cardinals will struggle for a quicker finish in a repeat matchup tomorrow. First pitch is at 6:05. And the University of North Carolina has placed its Hall of Fame women's coach and her assistants on paid administrative leave. Head coach Sylvia Hatchell has been at UNC for 33 seasons. University officials have not said what caused the decision, only that it's due to, quote, issues raised by student athletes and others. Hatchell said that Hatchell has led the Tar Heels to a national title in 1994 and has 8 ACC championships with the team. She has taken the Tar Heels to 3 Final Fours. And one man joins the annual Boston Marathon late and for good reason. Dan Friedman got the motivation to run the 26-mile marathon to honor Jeremy Richmond, a Sandy Hook dad who died by suicide on March 25th. Richmond's 6-year-old daughter, Avielle, was killed in a mass shooting at the school in 2012. Friedman said that once he learned about Richmond, he felt compelled to run the race in Richmond's honor.
I don't know necessarily what kind of marathon shape I'm in or not. I think because of what it's for and the meaning behind it, you know, that really helps with kind of just all I got to do is put one foot in front of the other.
The Boston Marathon will be held on April 15th. And for anyone who got disappointed or excited at Tom Brady's retirement tweet yesterday, April Fools. Then NFL star created the account just to say that he was retiring and will instead spend his free time tweeting. The tweet was shared 48,000 times. An hour after making the quote-unquote official announcement, he posted the question, "Was that a bad joke?" To which the Patriots Twitter account responded with a GIF saying, "Yup."
Well, I'm glad he's not retiring. That's good for us.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Are you going to see the sunshine stick around for the rest of the week? Sam has a final check on the forecast next.
But first, as we head to break, be sure to follow us on social media at River Region News and check out our website for more local content. We'll be right back.
Twelve-year-old Monte Scott was getting tired of unrepaired potholes, around his neighborhood. So he's taking care of the issue himself. With a shovel and some dirt, people are now starting to take note of his efforts. Even Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has made plans to meet him. Scott hopes that the city fills the potholes by the time he gets his driver's license in 4 years.
Wow, 12 years old and fixing potholes.
It's amazing.
Maybe hopefully we'll have some good weather here in town to fix some of the potholes. How are we looking?
Well, guys, it is going to look really warm tomorrow, 67 degrees for the high, partly cloudy skies, but Thursday is when we're going to start to see that rain. So we have some scattered showers all throughout the day on Thursday. Friday, early in the morning, 67 as well again, though, for the high, so that's not too bad. Saturday, we're going to be seeing that 73 degrees with clouds, so it's going to be a pretty warm weekend. Sunday, though, we're going to be starting to see that rain again in the morning.
Yeah, get out and enjoy it for sure. All right, thanks, Sam.
Thank you for joining us this evening. The Nightly Business Report is up. I'm Diamond Palmer.
And I'm Jacob Gordon. For Samantha Soto, Ryan Davis, and all the students who work here on Evening Edition. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.